Why you shouldn't settle for a man that likes other girls' pictures on Instagram. To elaborate, I'm talking about bomb pictures, thirst traps, bikini pictures, individual pictures. I'm not talking about a random picture of a chick's dog. When your boyfriend likes a girl's picture on Instagram, he's letting her and everybody that follows her knows that he likes what he sees. Personally, when a guy with a girlfriend likes one of my Instagram pictures, I literally internally cringe. It's embarrassing. It affects the girlfriends in two ways. First of all, it's hurtful because the girlfriend is going to be comparing herself to that girl. And it's publicly embarrassing because now that girl who posted the picture and all of her followers know that your boyfriend likes her shit. It's a basic respect thing. If you're in a relationship, you should not be liking random chicks' thirst traps. And if that girl is your boyfriend's friend, great. You can still be friends without liking her thirst traps. The fuck? It's funny because most of the times when guys are liking other girls' Instagram pictures, they also tell their girlfriend that they're not allowed to post scandalous or bikini pictures. So he's allowed to like these random ass pictures, but she's not allowed to even post a picture in a bathing suit. Now let's talk about how we get our boyfriends to stop doing this. You should literally only have to bring it up once by being like, hey babe, I don't really like it when you like other girls' pictures. If he has a problem with that, he's basically saying that he cares more about liking random girls' pictures on social media than about your personal feelings. Most times their excuse is going to be that they just kind of like everybody's pictures on Instagram, and that's fine because you only brought it up once, but now he should have no problem putting your feelings as a priority and making an effort to not like those pictures. Once it's addressed, it is so easy to not click like on specific pictures, so if he continues to do so, he's blatantly disrespecting your feelings. And to the guys that say it's just social media, it's not that big of a deal. If it's not that big of a deal, then why don't you just stop fucking liking those pictures? I always like to say that guys need to be trained in the sense of they don't know exactly what your boundaries are, so sometimes you need to express those boundaries. But if you express those boundaries and they don't decide to partake in those boundaries, then maybe it's time to find a different boyfriend. Your boyfriend should never make you feel insecure, uncomfortable when it comes to other girls. This request is so minimal. If they're not willing to work with you on it, they literally do not respect you. This exactly applies to following random girls on Instagram too. I'm not dating someone who's a fan of another girl. Let's talk about how to deal with emotional dependency on your partner. It's not good to be emotionally dependent on your partner because even though you guys are in a relationship, you guys should still be your own independent beings. However, it is so common to become emotionally dependent on your partner, especially just because you spend so much time with them and you're very reliant on them. I used to be so emotionally dependent on my boyfriend. It was so bad. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 6 years and we started dating at a really young age. I was 15 and he was 16 and I became very, very reliant on him. I was dealing with some family problems at the time too, so I basically moved into his house and his family became my family. So not only was I just emotionally dependent on him, but I was emotionally dependent then on his family as well. However, we are still dating to this day and I can very confidently say I'm not emotionally dependent on him anymore. The main thing that you have to do is you have to gain your independence and character back. For me, I got accepted into college while we were dating and I was so scared, even though the college was only an hour away from him. I was quaking. But moving to USC allowed me to make my own character. I started spending a lot more time with my friends and I really started to pursue my career and hobbies. The more and more time I spent alone or with my friends, the less reliant I became on him. I'm not saying you should hang out with them less. I'm just saying that you should carve out time for your personal well-being. It's also super important to realize that your friends and family are your biggest support systems, so making more than enough time for them is so crucial in being emotionally independent from your partner. Also, when I really started to focus on my career and follow my own ambitions, I really started to notice myself becoming less reliant on him. The more time you put in for your future and yourself, the more you are going to be independent. Being emotionally dependent on your partner is so hard because if you guys are in a fight, your entire day is turned upside down. Your entire emotional system is based off of them. It's all about balancing your energy. Not all of your energy should go into that partner. Your energy should be focused on yourself and your partner is your accessory. Another specific piece of advice that I have to younger couples in high school: Don't rush into having sleepovers. I started sleeping over at my boyfriend's house literally when I was 15, and I grew like an emotional attachment to his house. When you're growing up and in your teens, you are so easily inclined to build attachment to certain things in your life. So be careful. I'm running out of time. Let me finish. Get ready with me while we talk about high school sweethearts. As some of you guys know, me and my boyfriend are high school sweethearts. We've been dating for 6 years and we met when I was 15 and he was 16. There are so many challenges that come with being a high school sweetheart because you're at the most prominent years of your life and you have to make lots of decisions. Many high school relationships end because of college and having to go and start your career. High school sweethearts are able to stay together through all these difficult decisions. But from being in one myself, I have learned a lot of things that I wish I had known when getting into one. First of all, if you're high school sweethearts, you are going to be so emotionally dependent on one another because you've been together and grown up together for vital parts of your life. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. You'll have a bond like no other. But in my opinion, the only way the relationship will work healthily is by being your own independent self. You should be working on your career and how to better yourself, and you should be having your own friend group and friend time. You have to make sure you and your partner are both experiencing life to the fullest, going out with their friends, going to college. If you're in a controlling relationship as high school sweethearts, you guys are just gonna have so much resentment for each other and wish you were single to experience other things. You guys also have to be growing and changing together. If you guys grow separately, it's not gonna work. There's also going to be so many hardships and ups and downs. At the end of the day, relationships are a lot of work for a reason, and the long run, it'll pay off. However, you have to be willing to go through the battles. You guys both need to be 110% committed so that you can both move forward and keep growing the relationship. A lot of people ask me if I feel like I'm missing out on stuff by being with my high school partner. The reason I don't is because we have such a nice, calming relationship to where I'm able to go out with my friends, I'm able to go on girls' trips, I'm able to have fun and do what I want while, of course, still being respectful to my partner. I go to college full time and I have so much time and support working on my career. It's honestly all about the dynamic and the relationship that you guys build. Communication is so important too, especially when it comes to things in the bedroom. If this is the one partner you're going to be with, you damn well better be communicating what you like and don't like. Also, being in a relationship like this has literally allowed me to be so motivated towards my career and put my time and energy there. Being high school sweethearts is absolutely not for everyone, but being in a relationship like this is a bond like no other. I can't even describe it. Finish 10 signs that you have a controlling boyfriend. Number 1, he gets easily triggered at everything you do. It is not normal for your partner to be getting mad at tiny, minor inconveniences. Number 2, they tell you that you can't wear certain things. This is your body. You're allowed to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, and nobody should be telling you what you can't wear. And small comments like, "Are you really wearing that out?" also apply. Number 3, they don't allow you to go out with your friends. If they say, "Oh, you can go, but I'm going to be mad," controlling. You should be able to go wherever the hell you want, whether that's a club, a bar, a party. None of that should make a difference if they trust you and aren't controlling. Number 4, when they say things like, "I'm not controlling, these are just my boundaries." Boundaries are supposed to be equal and mutual. They're not supposed to be one-sided. An example of a decent boundary is, "Hey, can you text me updates?" An example of a controlling request is, "Don't wear mini skirts." Number 5, they want to isolate you. Meaning they try to keep you away from your friends and family and get annoyed when you go and try to hang out with people. Number 6, they make you feel guilty about totally unnecessary things. Your mental health should not be worse in your relationship than before your relationship. If you're struggling with internal guilt or self-worth, that is a sign that you're in a controlling relationship. Number 7, they get upset when you post pictures. They try saying that you're doing it for attention. Number 8, he threatens to break up with you and gaslights you if you disobey him. Number 9, he's hypocritical. He's allowed to do things that you're not allowed to do. For example, you're not allowed to go out with your girlfriends. However, he's at the bar every Tuesday with his guy friends. Or another example is you're not allowed to post bikini pictures, yet he's out here liking and viewing bikini pictures constantly. And number 10, he isn't supportive of your successes. He's worried about you leveling up in your career or academic career because he knows you're already too good for him. Getting out of a controlling relationship is way easier said than done. You guys can always reach out to me on Instagram.